Our heroes have made their way through Asgard, obtaining the map, dagger and spear they were asked to find by Loki. They successfully made their way in and out of the vault with some interesting shenanigans, but bumped into some important people on the way out. Shall we see what happens? Welcome to a Rendezvous with Destiny, a Sky on Actual Play podcast. As ever, I am your GM Luce, and with me today I have...
Hello, I'm Graham. I play the character of Elspeth Lockwood, the Guardian of Balder, and I am looking forward to doing some mythologies today.
Hi, I'm Will. I play the character of Cleo Brewer, who is a chosen of Bast, and I keep changing how I introduce her, and I think I'm going to do that every episode we record for the next century. And I'm just looking forward to recording in 2021. I have no idea when this is coming out, but it's our first session of 2021.
Coming out on the 14th of January.
It's coming out on the 14th of January, our lovely producer tells me. Okay. But we had some great sessions last year, and I'm excited to get going this year.
Hi guys, my name is Am, and I play Flora Watson, daughter of Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. And, oh boy, well, last month we put out, I think, more content than we have ever made since we started. I think we should just give a well done to Will for that, because he did loads of good Twitter content for a whole 25 days, which is very difficult.
Good job on the tweets.
Very good. Very good.
Good job.
Good content.
The content was top quality, and it did make us some new friends. I see our listenership has gone up a little bit.
Woo.
I hope you came here because of all that awesome Twitter content that you saw. But as Will said, it is the new year. And I was wondering, for our government-mandated banter, does anyone have any New Year's resolutions? Do your PCs have any New Year's resolutions? Tell the people.
I don't know, mine should probably be better about actually being on the social medias.
Yeah, so I think as some of you probably know, Luce is involved in schooling in ways which we're not allowed to say in case their pupils find them. That's been a bit stressful at the moment, but they're doing a good job.
A little bit.
So is it just to like talk to people more and let us know you're alive and doing well?
Yeah, maybe, actually contact you guys a bit more, but also like actually like go on to the Twitter sometimes.
That would be awesome if you did that.
I tried my best during Mythos. I was good at the beginning.
It was good.
Then it sort of tailed off a bit.
That's okay.
But it's like, I don't have any followers because like everything is super locked down, so...
Graham, what about you and Elspeth? Either of you got any New Year's reses?
I don't personally make New Year's resolutions, but I can tell you for a fact Elspeth has written in a very large notebook. She's written "Save World?" and circled it several times.
Of course she has.
Very good. Will, what about you and Cleo?
So basically my New Year's resolution, this is going to sound very holier than thou, but there's a charity that I've been like interested in supporting for a little bit, which is Age UK, and I'm gonna basically do an hour a week telephone work for them, which is basically you are assigned like a telephone buddy, which is a lonely elderly person to talk to, and yeah, that's just what I'm gonna do for my New Year's resolution.
That's so good.
So sweet.
So there you are, and they're a good charity. So. Cleo has not thought about it.
That tracks.
The being a character who doesn't care about anything makes the prep really easy. Because it's just like, It's like that story about when they were casting, for Harry Potter, and they had to write like an essay about the character, and Emma Watson did like 10 pages. Daniel Radcliffe did like a page, and Ron just didn't. Rupert Grint just didn't do it.
That's literally us three.
Very much is.
Yeah, which is literally the three.
That's
characters.
the PC.
Yeah.
Oh god,
that's the dynamic.
Are the PCs just Harry, Ron, Hermione?
I think Flora is a bit too chaotic to be a protagonist, but
Harry was a complete chaos disaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is true.
That's true. I just didn't want to seem like a narcissist. Since you guys all asked, by the way,
what is your New
Year's resolution? Is to
learn... Well, you and Nat, you were asking the questions. You can't be like,
I don't need to be so salty about it, Amelia.
What's your New Year's resolution?
Amelia.
Thanks for asking, Am.
Do tell us.
It's to learn how to fight.
Nice. What kind?
because I've been wanting to learn. I've been wanting to join the Sussex Sword Academy for a very long time, but for general reasons which we don't discuss on this podcast, I wasn't able to. Ideally, I'd like how to learn how to use a sword, like HEMA standard. But if I can't, I figured I could just take like a judo class in December 2021 and call it a win.
Cute. Oh.
Judo is like a good martial.
fencing.
I was actually like judo is a good martial art for you to learn because it's designed basically for small people.
Oh, wig, that's me.
Yeah, it was designed basically by this lovely Japanese man. I can't remember his name, but he was too small to like do the proper samurai like martial arts, so he just designed his own where he could just use other people's weight against them.
That's baller. I love that.
Yeah.
Flora also doesn't have any New Year's resolutions, but she's written, I think her New Year's resolutions consist of her being incredibly vague and being like, be better? Question mark?
Maybe try it?
Maybe clean. Maybe try to do a nice thing for someone that doesn't benefit me. I don't know. Drink less. No, not that one. That's kind of where she's at right now. But where she's actually at is in the halls of Asgard in a stupid lederhosen servant's costume.
I thought you changed.
Did you see that segue?
You did.
That segue was so sexy and good, I
Flora
think.
deliberately didn't change out of the...
Yeah, this was like a long discussion we
Yes.
had. If you listen to the podcast, you know that, Graham. God.
That episode hasn't come out yet.
It came out on the 31st.
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah. So it came
Oh,
out
God. I have no idea what days
I
are.
would also like it to be known for posterity that until very recently thought Segway was spelt the same as like the motorized vehicle.
You've said this multiple times on this podcast.
We may have already
I know.
called
And
this
it's
out
always
before, but
funny.
it does
I know.
need calling out.
I know.
It's never not
It's
funny.
always funny though that you spent 21 years on this rock in outer space without.
This is the only rock with segways, and you still don't know which ones they were. That we know of, anyway. There might be aliens with segways
true.
out there. If an alien could segue, would they do it like this
Yeah.
or like that?
Ding, ding,
That's a good
ding.
meme.
You know what that means? People are making fun of Am, which means it's time for me to start the podcast.
Yeah.
You must start a lot of podcasts.
Okay, so you were all walking down a corridor. Suddenly, a whole cavalcade of very, very important Asgardian people, with specifically a glowing guy and a guy with an eye patch, and then a very, very tall, very, very good-looking woman, have sort of bumped into you. Loki has hidden the staff behind their back, and it's disappeared, and they haven't gone invisible. They're still floating a little bit above the floor, and they have very much got themselves to the back of the party, and have faded a little bit into the wall, but they're still there, technically. What are you guys gonna do?
I'm gonna straight up panic and bow.
Okay, you're panicking and bowing. Or do I want to be mean?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna be mean.
Yes, usually.
Can you please roll me?
Oh god, I'm gonna do an improv.
Oh my god, it's gonna be like
All about
etiquette,
check.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's gonna be etiquette.
Etiquette isn't a thing, is it?
No.
No,
You
it's
know
not.
that equivalent.
Essentially, it's going to be composure subterfuge, which I don't think you'd
I
be
will.
too bad
No.
at.
I would like to point out one of my moves is called in sheep's clothing, which means I can disguise myself without needing to roll. It can't be a drastic change in appearance, but the disguise can't be seen through. Which I just want to.
You're not rolling for your disguise.
Oh, they're just gonna think I'm a bad servant. Cool.
Yep.
That's
You're rolling to
fine.
see how well you bow.
Etiquette subterfuge, right? Okay. No, etiquette subterfuge.
The composure.
Okay,
Composure
that's
subterfuge.
3 dice. That's not awful.
Could be
It's
worse.
okay.
Could be worse.
Oh no, that's like a D12. Why does it look like that? That's weird. Cool.
I'm enjoying Am's adventure into
Okay, that's no successes for Am.
okay.
It's a 2, a 4, and a 6.
Essentially, what
I
you
know
do
that
is
one.
you do exactly what you said. You bow,
Yeah.
and then you realise halfway through. Oh wait, do they bow up here? Is bowing a thing? And you look at them. They all. A couple of them look at you like, "What is it do? What are they doing? What?" and they just look incredibly confused at what you just did.
I was gonna panic and look at Madison.
Nice.
Madison is also panicking.
I don't have any moves for this!
Madison is very much panicking, but he sort of moves his way to the front of the group and waves. Like, does that really awkward wave where you don't really wave properly, but he's like, hello. Hi. Hello. It's me. They're with me. Came to see the library. Yes. I'm gonna give him a roll to see if he completely bungles that.
In all fairness, we did ask to see the library.
Now you're good.
And we did go to the library.
And one of them
And we
is
did go
dressed
see
in
the library.
servant's clothing. Why?
They're just going to ignore that
They're an
bit
enthusiast.
for now.
There's fashion.
As Madison's talking, you see Thor, now wearing a shirt, has sort of arrives and claps Madison on the back and is like, yes.
Not the only time he's clapped Madison, if you know what I mean.
That was Loki.
Close enough.
Madison
Learn your
needs
lore,
to go
right,
2 for
damn
2.
it. He's got to catch him.
So yeah, so Thor claps him on the back and then it goes, Father! Yes, I showed them the library earlier. And the man with the eye patch nods and then sort of looks around, notices you, Elspeth, and gives you a wink.
I assume with the one eye.
Yes, with the one eye.
That'd be really
Yeah.
spooky otherwise.
Oh, well,
you-
you can
Is
do
that a
that,
blink?
could you?
He could be blinking.
You somewhat recognise this man.
Oh no. We've met, haven't we?
He gave you a book quite a long time ago.
You see this realization dawn across Elspeth's face. She looks more awkward than usual, which is impressive.
Can you
Is that
give
possible?
me
No.
an intellect culture roll?
Those are things I can actually do.
So, whilst Graham was rolling, when I've been editing the past couple episodes, Luce has been like a very benevolent GM, and now we've been recording for about 3 minutes, and they've made us roll 2 rolls, and I'm like, this is retribution, because
Yeah.
you were too nice to us.
Yeah.
4 successes.
Full successes.
I see everything.
Yeah, you know who these people are? You know who most of these people are? Guy in the front with the eye patch, that would be Odin. You see Balder, see various others. So yeah, you know all these people.
Who's the hot woman?
Tyr, probably, right?
Here's a dude.
Oh, right.
Here's a dude.
Frigg, sorry.
Frigg or Freya, probably. But
I never thought of Freya as buff. That's exciting.
sure they all are to some degree.
To be fair, Luce didn't say they were buff. Luce just like they're tall.
No. You're just projecting here.
Yeah.
My bad.
you're just wishing.
Well, to be fair, they are quite buff. She is quite buff as well.
Score.
Yes.
Yes, so it is Frigg.
Hello.
Hello.
We were just going to the library. Yes. That is what we did. Very nice, very good library. What's your borrowing system like? Desperately looking around to try and work out which one of them might be the librarian. Realise it's probably none of them and they have someone else for that.
The man who is ever so slight in ridiculous golden armor and is ever so slightly glowing, just sort of says, "You'll be here again. Take what you want. Just bring it back."
Okay, that's sufficient.
Well, that's not ominous at
It's
all.
good to see you.
Good to see you too, I think.
I'm glad.
Luce, can I try and do a check to see if there's any, because we know Elspeth has mysterious genetic past, if there's just any family resemblance between her and any of them?
Yeah, if you want to.
Passion
Ooh.
recognition time.
What role would that be?
You can do me. Intellect occult.
Ooh, a
Okay, that's 4 die. That's not
That's
terrible. Okay, 2 exploding
Could be
dice. Another exploding
That's
dice.
good.
Okay, that's 3 successes.
That's good.
Whole family tree coming right up.
Tell me your secrets.
3 successes.
Give me your backstory.
Hello.
Graham, can you say what you think any family resemblance would be?
Well, I don't know. That's the thing.
Are you leaving this up to me? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna have some fun with this.
Oh wait, can Graham and Will go off the chat then, and you just tell me?
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
I will go on deafen.
Okay.
Ping me when you want me back in,
We'll
I guess.
ping you guys. Luce, tell me this is recording and this is
Okay.
excellent.
There's definitely some family resemblance to quite a few people here.
Oh,
Definitely the glowing guy. The guy who is ever so slightly glowing. You're not sure.
Okay.
Maybe not father directly, but maybe grandfather,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. And because you've noticed that
Okay.
similarity to the glowing figure, you can also see that there is a similarity to the guy with the eye patch. There is a similarity to
okay.
a bit of a similarity to Thor, and a bit of a similarity
Okay.
to Frigg.
Okay,
Maybe
cool.
a couple of generations
Thank you.
different, but you can definitely see a family resemblance.
That's brilliant, because Flora doesn't know that they're all one family and related as well, so she's kind of like, huh. Cool,
Okay.
awesome. Can you
Yeah.
drop in the chat for the boys to
can
come back on?
in.
I return.
I know things.
I know nothing. Bing, bing,
Interesting stuff has been said.
bing. Oh dear.
Hee 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 hee. I'm the keeper of secrets. I'm just gonna make a little note of that. Cool. Thanks, GM.
It's alright.
Yeah, I mean, so Flora's just kind of like standing at the back, I guess, because she's a little bit embarrassed of the social faux pas. She'll stand behind Madison.
Nice, yeah. You're just hiding behind Madison. Madison is just like almost vibrating slightly with nervousness.
Me
Because
too.
like, you can tell that he's quite good friends with Thor.
Yeah.
And that whatever happened with Loki, but they're not enemies or anything like that. But he is
Yeah.
standing in front of the king and queen of the Norse gods. So he is
Yeah.
ever so slightly just vibrating in place. You know, like when you've had like too many coffees?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I
That kind of vibe.
have a question.
Yes.
So, Odin obviously sees most things. Yes.
Yeah.
Can Odin see Loki? Now.
Just about to do a fun little roll for both of them.
Okay, good, carry
to
on.
See how
Woohoo!
this happens.
I will simply observe.
What I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll, rather than doing loads of stuff, I'm just going to roll 1d10 for both of them and see which one's better, essentially. So. Oh dear. Odin rolled a 10.
Oh no. That's on brand, to be fair.
And
Balls.
Loki rolled a 2.
It's going well.
As Odin again sort of surveys the group, he almost does a bit of a double take, and then almost pushes Madison and Flora out of the way. Just like walks forward a bit, like pushes you out of the way, and you see Loki has adopted a very, very casual, like really nonchalant, like overly nonchalant lean against the wall. And it's just sort of hanging out there, and then just gives a little wave. Odin storms forward, grabs Loki by the shoulders, bodily lifts them up the floor, and just embraces them in a really big bear
Oh,
hug.
friendship.
Oh.
That's not what I
But
expected,
brother!
actually.
How are you? I'm fine. I'm good. You've been a while. And it almost looks like it's almost like you can hear ribs creaking slightly.
They don't need all of those.
And then Odin just sort of puts them down, does that thing that grabs them on either side of the face and bonks foreheads.
That's so cute.
And then sort of
Nice.
spins round and says, "Well, we must have a feast."
Yes! A feast!
Yeah.
And again, a couple people look at you like, okay, who is this person? We don't recognise them. Not that we would recognise all the servants, but don't recognise them at all.
Are you going to go to the feast in servant disguise as well?
No, she's gonna change.
Okay.
Oh my god. But then
No,
they'll
because when I'm in a
recognise you.
disguise, people can't see what I really
She's
look
got
like.
a thing.
They've not met
Ah.
Flora before anyway, I don't think so.
No, they wouldn't.
No,
do
this
that.
is fine. Luce, can I... If Odin's ravens on his shoulder.
No, you can't see either of the
Oh,
ravens.
that's worse.
Oh, I wanted to
Spooky.
feed Muna some crackers.
They're off doing,
Can't see either
doing
of the
raven
ravens.
things.
You can see two big wolves though.
Oh my god, they can change, I think. Maybe that's cool. But yeah, Flora's very caught up in the party vibe.
Nice. Yeah, so all of you guys are sort of ushered away. Odin just goes, "Go, get ready. You'll have some help." And then you're ushered away. And you're gonna go get ready.
Help.
for the
A makeover
feast.
Oh my
episode!
gosh, it's happening.
A makeover episode.
It's happening, guys!
Yay!
Oh, I'm so excited. That's amazing. Oh my god, what are we gonna wear? Flora's very excited.
Good.
You know, guys, I think that went better than expected.
Oh, I was like fully convinced we were gonna get smote on the spot.
so
That's the
same.
right word, right? Smote?
I think that was the past tense. It sounds better than smited, and smitten is something else.
So who?
I think someone here might be smitten. Fred like jostles you guys and winks
Nice.
towards Madison.
Well, maybe. Is Madison still freaking out?
Less now that no longer in front of the king, but he is like so that thing was like, that could have gone a lot worse. Good. It went well. It went well. Good. 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 Good.
Prof? Prof?
Yeah. Yes.
Is there like a private bathroom here? I just need to, fix my hair. Girls go in groups. I need Ellie and Cleo to come with me, if that's okay.
But I don't need the... okay.
Yes.
But I need the
Yes.
bathroom, Ellie.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Hi Scions, it's your favourite mischief maker Am here. I hope you're enjoying the episode. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have a very special announcement. This is our first ever ad placement. It's for Snyder's Return, a UK-based TTRPG interview and actual play podcast. They've been great friends of the show and of my other show, Deck of Many Aces, and we've decided to swap promos. So without further ado, get it? Here is the trailer for Snyder's Return.
Snyder's Return is a tabletop role-playing podcast featuring interviews and a D&D 5e actual play adventure, so you can learn about different game systems and content creation, while also listening to us disrupt everyday life on the Sword Coast. We release episodes every Tuesday and Thursday on your podcasting platform, so come join us as we improvise, adapt, and overcome.
You are sort of being ushered, and you're all sort of ushered into this. Obviously, like it's guest suite, and
Sweet.
or maybe for like people visiting from other realms, that sort of thing. Like you guys are. There seems to be a couple of different rooms off it. So if you want to, you can take Cleo and Elspeth aside.
Yes, please.
Go for it.
So,
Hello.
Elspeth,
Yes.
think I figured out
That
where
is
that
me.
family line's coming from. Ooh, what is that voice?
I don't know.
I
I don't know where
I-
that came from.
It's not Flora's
I
voice.
think I
I'll tell you
figured out
that.
where that family line of yours is coming from.
Really? How did you
Yeah.
work that out? Did you do a DNA test on me without me noticing?
Bartenders are... firstly, I would never give your DNA to 23andMe. It's a scam. And secondly, you get pretty good at noticing things behind a bar. The the guy who was glowing but in an opposite way to Manison glows?
Yes. Balder, yes.
So
My patron deity.
I think he might be your granddad.
Oh.
That's interesting.
That sounds logistically difficult, and I'm going to have a long conversation with someone about this.
Yeah. So that's cool. There are a
Also
couple
because
of
he's dead, but, that's
Ooh.
fine. I need to work that one out, too.
There are a
Still
couple of
wondering
other
about
people who look similar to you as well, but I figured everyone up here is kind of related. I know gods are big on the whole marrying siblings kind of thing. So I thought that was maybe something there, but the pretty lady and the really buff guy who was shirtless and then very disappointingly put on a shirt, and Eye Patch Man.
Cool. Yes.
Oh, could you give me a list? That would be super useful. I don't want to offend
Okay.
anyone.
So, the eye patch guy, that's Odin. He's very, very
Yep.
scary, and he pretty much knows everything, so don't try and outplay him, is what I'd say. He's very smart, and he sees a lot of stuff that's happening. So, Balder is the glowy guy, who you think very specifically is my granddad, which is very, very good eye that you can pick out how far back it goes.
Well, he could be like her uncle.
I think we're in the right ballpark, though. I think
It's a second
I think Flora's
generation
got a
thing.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shirtless, no longer shirtless guy that's Thor. Shirt, lack of.
He looks nothing like Chris Hemsworth.
Well, I think really it'd be more accurate to say Chris Hemsworth looks nothing like him. I think Thor is probably the blueprint for Thor. And yes, I did just say floor. Can we skim over that?
Do you want to do a retake? And I'll
No.
edit it out.
Wait, why are we skimming over the floor?
Don't worry about it. Let's move on. Who else was there? Who else was there, Luce?
So the ones I specifically pointed out were
Was Heimdall there?
no, Heimdall.
Ooh.
Thinking back to who you saw, like looking at them, you don't think, from what you understand of who Heimdall is, Heimdall was there, but that sort of makes sense.
He's off looking at things.
He's off looking at things.
He's got his binoculars out. He's gone bird watching. I feel like Heimdall likes bird watching.
Oh,
Would it be
he'd be
too
an
much like
ex.
work?
Oh, I don't. I mean,
Yeah.
he probably just likes looking at birds though, because it's quite an interesting thing to do.
He probably does
might
it during
have.
like his daytime.
Yeah, just have like a
Well, he's
long
actually-
list of birds from all the different realms and just be ticking them off once he's seen
Gotta
them.
check in with Fred the Robin.
You saw a couple of other people. You saw, so you've seen Frigg, you've seen Odin, Thor, Balder, and Loki. You did see, again, very, like, they're all ridiculously buff. Guy in armour, maybe Tyr.
Yeah. How many
you're not
hands?
sure?
What was the hand count?
Interestingly, only one.
Oh man, he's only tier 1.
Oh, I was gonna make that
No.
joke and I didn't,
No.
and I'm so mad that you
No.
did.
Keep that one handy for
Topical
later. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's what we call a national humour joke. Sorry, non-Brits.
Yay. Cool. So, pretty much everyone's around, basically.
Quite a few people.
Yeah. Weird though that. Okay, Elspeth has questions. That's fine.
Well, I was thinking you might do because you know the myths and
Yeah.
you've read the myths, and apparently this all should be here.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm like, why are you
Very
not
cool.
dead, but you only have one hand? And how come? Yeah. Why is Loki here? Questions. In fact, we're still in the sweet thing. I'll
Yeah,
pop out in a
so-
minute. I'll let Flora do her chatty thing first.
Her chatty thing.
Well, she pulled us aside to talk.
I just wanted to tell you that. I thought it would be more
Oh.
polite to do it in private.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
That's
that.
okay.
I'm still processing that information.
It's okay.
I mean,
So what are you gonna wear?
what am I gonna? Some
I mean-
questions.
I didn't bring like an overnight bag.
I did,
No,
but
but-
I didn't bring any formal wear.
I mean, I'm sure there's stuff we could borrow.
Are there wardrobes in this room?
You've sort of been taken off with essentially a bit of a closet. It seems like almost a big airing cupboard is what Flora actually.
Us
took you
3
into.
girls in a closet? Never.
Maybe.
It's a big closet, but it's got like loads of like.
It is a big
linen
closet.
sheets.
Plenty of room.
And
It's been 19 years. Sorry.
Sorry, Cleo. Continue.
Yeah, so loads of like sheets and in this room. There might be stuff in some of the other rooms. You do know that Loki is magic. They might be able to help. Odin might provide stuff. You never know because it's a feast.
Or we could just go like this. I mean,
You could just go like that.
I feel like they're not big on dress codes.
No, the dress code seems to be armor.
I have
Yes!
some of that. I have some of those.
You could. Will
I've
they
got some
not
new
recognize it?
Maybe we should. Well, it changed.
I
didn't
think
it?
we should get you different. I think we should get you different armor. It changed size. Didn't change how it looked.
Yeah, but I like this one.
You know what? I think it's Loki's call.
After all, I like it. Why shouldn't I keep it?
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, never
You
mind.
should keep it. Just
You stole
maybe
it from
wearing it.
Undead Guardian in the Vault of Asgard.
Odin will recognize that.
No one
Odin
been
will.
down there for ages. It's fine.
I mean, I support you and your fashion choices, but you know.
You support me and my fashion choices?
Yeah. Because we're friends.
I'm gonna write that down.
No, it is
Cool. I'm loose. I'm looking for armor.
Give me a
Hug.
that would be.
We're doing so many roles this episode, and there's not even combat.
I know.
I know.
It's
Like
it's
we're
giving
playing
me
an
an
actual
amount of stress.
RPG game.
Finding things.
Yeah.
I think it should be cunning.
Cunning
Survival.
academics.
Academic,
Yes.
academic armor.
Okay,
Nerd
that's 6
armor.
dice.
You got this, pal. I believe in you.
Okay, 2 successes, 1 oh no, 3 successes, 1 exploding. Okay, 3 successes.
3
Oh,
successes.
oh.
So you leave the closet.
Again? Again?
Flora's never been in a closet, baby.
Flora keeps her clothes on the floor exclusively.
Yeah.
So as you look around, as I said, there's like the room you first entered is like almost like a big sitting room sort of thing. You sort of went into this cupboard, and then there's a couple of different rooms off to the sides. And as you have a look through, there's some bedrooms. There's a big room, like an massive indent in the floor, like really deep. You think maybe it's a bathroom, but you could fit maybe 12 people in the bath. And as you go through the rooms, you open a room and you realise, I know why they sent us to this room. Because there's loads of different clothes in here.
Exciting.
They want us to look. And you're thinking about it, like, okay, maybe they have this just in case people turn up and they don't know what they should be wearing, or they're not wearing the right sort of clothing for a feast on Asgard.
Who would do such a thing?
The room
Not us.
is yours. So what it
Oh my
consists
God.
of is kind of vaguely rich, medievally looking clothing and lots of bits
Okay.
of armour. And like ceremonial armour. So you don't think it would actually be great in battle, but it looks fancy.
Cool. I'm gonna just do a little bit of Googling to plan my outfit. Do either of the other girls know what they want to wear?
I think Cleo's probably not going to change, actually.
What is Cleo actually wearing?
Just sort of like usual comfies, like basically, it's like trackies, the magic Jordans, and like a windbreaker sort of thing.
Amazing. Please tell me it's one of those awful like 90s windbreakers.
Oh, with the sort of weird
It's
purple colours.
in that direction. It would be described as retro on like on eBay.
Suddenly cost you like £100 for no reason.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
I have like an irrational dislike of those jackets. I don't know why.
I would say it's very rational.
I've done
to dislike
some
them.
thinking.
By thinking, you mean you've Googled.
Yeah. Basically, what I'm going for with Flora is she's leaning into the rogue aesthetic. So it's slightly like, you know how Assassin's Creed did Viking style?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of the vibe she's going for. Like,
So it's furry, but you have a hood.
The leather sort of vest and like a hood and a cape.
Nice.
That kind of thing. She's managed to strap her staff to her and her bow to her back in a quiver because she feels like. But the others, did everyone else have weapons on?
Yeah.
The gods or us?
Yeah.
Everyone you've seen, everyone is carrying at least one weapon that you have seen.
We should have taken
Cool.
more weapons, guys.
Yeah, she's gonna do that. So just kind of like the traditional kind of Assassin's Creed look, but instead of like a white cape and stuff, it's like, you know, dark browns and like rich blues and stuff like that.
Very nice.
I think that's the vibe.
Cleo is not getting out of her tracksuit. And what's
Yep.
Elspeth doing?
Elspeth wants to wear a dress because she doesn't want to sit down in armour.
Nice.
Those are the two options. It's that, there
Yep.
is no in between.
Pretty much, no. But there is,
So-
sensible female armour. It's
Sensible female armour?
You haven't seen a single, boob breastplate in sight.
Nice.
There's been no midriff bearing breastplates.
Wow, this can't be a fantasy game.
Truly, we are in the future. We are living in
Sensible
2021.
armour. Fancy. Very fancy, but, practical.
that case, If there's anything that you could actually sit down to a feast in, because that's my main concern. It's not.
Yeah, it's not all complete plate armour. There's
This is why I'm wearing leather armor right here.
Yeah.
there is some leather. There's armour that's there's bits of armour sets okay, there's a breastplate that also has one of those the Roman. I'm gonna say skirt. It's not a skirt.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But the Roman leather skirts.
Yeah.
Army ones like that, but with so it has leather, but each bit of the leather has some metal on it, and then matching greaves and fan braces. So there's that kind of vibe. You also got the full almost plate armor where you can be completely covered with the helmet. There's some intense helmets going on. Lots of them have horns and various bits of wing or animal coming
Big
off
Viking
them.
vibes. I want a winged one.
Yep, there's definitely some winged ones.
Hell yeah.
Lots
Okay,
of
in that
different
case,
styles of wings.
I'll go for some comfy armor, maybe with the armored skirt action.
Mm-hmm.
And I want some big flashy greaves because greaves are cool.
Greaves are cool.
And
Nice.
big winged helmet because I feel like that is the play here. Horned helmets, they're okay, but winged helmets are cool.
Nice. You find this ones that's almost like swan wings, and they seem to be enamelled in white, and they're quite impressive. Sort of swooping backwards and upwards.
Very good.
Manison opens his rucksack and pulls out, and again, his bag is far too big. What's coming out of the bag shouldn't be fitting in that rucksack. And he pulls out what seems to be a set of Asgardian armour.
Just keeping that in there.
Good lord.
Must have
Which
very
he-
strong shoulders.
Sort of changes into. He looks even more awkward in Asgardian armour than he does in his tweed elbow patched jacket.
Does it look like it was fitted for him?
Oh yeah, no, it's very much his, and it's not glowing. He's not glowing like Balder was glowing, but the armour is giving off a faint silvery, moonlightish sheen, and it's very fancy, and it's it's got quite big shoulders, breastplate. Again, similar sort of slatted skirts action going on with some chainmail, and the greaves and the van braces, and it's all really delicately filigree carved with images of forests in moonlight. There's
Hey,
stags galloping across it, that kind of thing.
Where did you get your armour from?
My father had it commissioned by some dwarfs.
Cool. No
That's
way.
awesome.
It's,
So you didn't steal it from like some undead person in a tunnel like us?
No.
I just think it's like we have matching
I
armor,
have
but
other stuff
yours
I've
is-
stolen from various other undead things in different tunnels.
Oh, you go to tunnels often?
I have been, yes.
Cool. I didn't realise there'd be so many tunnels involved in this whole Scion thing.
What's
where you're
Fred wearing?
Fred is normally wearing jeans and like a varsity hoodie because of course he is.
Ugh. Ugh.
No, but he's found this nice sort of very dark, almost, you know, Robin Hood when Robin Hood wears sensible armour.
Yes.
If Robin Hood wore sensible armour, not just green clothes.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
That
Yeah,
kind
sure.
of vibe.
So just like the Rangers from
Yeah, Ranger,
Lord
but
of the
with
Rings.
bits of armour. Yeah. So long
Interesting.
green cloak, sort of metal
Meta.
and leather, mix of metal and leather chunks of bits of armour. So there's like a leather breastplate with bits of like metal panels, that sort of thing.
Very good.
And he's got
Hey, we're
his
club
sword.
buddies.
He's got his ridiculous sword strapped to his back.
I didn't think green would be his colour.
Flora's like, we're cloak buddies, look. Flips a hood.
Fred's doesn't have a hood. Yours looks a lot more practical than Fred's. Fred's looks a little bit more for show. And it's
Yeah,
sort of...
I think he's going for as like, so Will posted a picture of Faramir in the chat, so I think like he's got more Faramir vibes and I've got more Aragorn vibes.
Possibly. Yes. But, you know, yeah, kind of, yeah, Faramir vibes. His hair seems longer than it was before as well, which is strange.
He's a very fast-growing young man.
You know that scene in Stardust where the pirate captain is cutting Charlie Cox's character hair and then it's suddenly about 4 foot longer than it was? Not that kind of vibe, but almost, it is looking longer than it was.
I was just thinking about the bit in the Santa Claus where he shaves off all the hair from his face and then it immediately grows back.
Not quite that either.
Well, we all look amazing.
Thank you.
Loki was already in Asgardian-ish looking stuff rather than their normal suit. But they sort of click their fingers and a ripple shimmers across their body, and what they're wearing is pretty much exactly the same but a lot fancier now. So there's like encrusted gems, filigree, everything's shining a bit brighter, seems to be polished a bit more.
Loki,
Awesome.
Yes.
Shall we?
can I ask you a question?
Wait, so can we
Go
just
for it.
party?
I might not answer.
Oh. I mean, in a second. Yes.
That
but
is
first,
yes. You that is the point. Don't have too much mead. That won't end well. It's not built for mortals. Not that you're mortals really, but you know, just be careful. Be careful on the mead. You probably will be challenged to various things. Go
Okay.
with it.
Yes!
You're not
Go with
expected
it.
to win. What else? Don't let Thor drag you into a drinking competition.
Yes.
Other than that, there's no rules. Actually, you can ignore all of that. That would be very amusing.
I think Cleo would win
I just had one other, like, quite...
if Thor challenged her.
I think Cleo would not win, but it'd be fun to see Cleo try. Just, like, one other small question. So you're here, right?
Yes.
And not currently chained up in a cave with a snake dripping poison on your face, sorry. And also Odin is cool with that.
Yes.
Am I reading this correctly?
Right. This is where things get a little confusing.
Yeah.
So, you know how Okay, let's think about how to word this. we are currently stuck in a cycle. Because a while ago, but also not a while ago, because it didn't happen that way this time. Time is confusing. Okay. First time, all that stuff happened because a group of Scions failed to stop the end of the world. Some magic stuff happened. That's where a lot of the original myths come from. Some of them do actually come from later versions, but essentially there's been a big... Every time a group of Scions, there's been various different groups, failed to stop the coming of the Titans. The world ends, everything collapses, then it starts again. So it's essentially a big cycle that I've been trying to break, because apparently I'm one of the only people who remembers this, which is fun.
So who else does remember it?
I don't know. No one here, I think. Odin doesn't.
Okay.
Others might. I know someone on the Egyptian pantheon does, but I'm not sure who. Could be Thoth, but also again, who knows with that lot. I'm sure there are others who do, but there's a lot of us. We don't all talk.
You don't have, like, meetings, like club meetings, therapy meetings?
No.
Could be helpful. So, you've done this before, then?
Yes.
How many times?
Probably best I don't say.
Okay. How
A
are
lot.
we doing so far?
Better than some.
Okay, that's good.
A lot
That's good.
better than some.
I'll take that.
But I thought, you know what? One of the only things haven't tried, starting the end of the world myself.
Well, I might as well. Could be
Let's
fun.
give it a go. But things sort of carry over from other times. So, which is why Tyr only has one hand, but he lost that in a duel, not via wolf this time.
So how did they trap the wolf this time?
Oh yes, but it's a lot more bloody this time.
So are there fixed events then? Because I assume there has to be certain events, like the wolf has to be trapped, maybe. Or,
There are fixed events, but the way they happen isn't always the same.
Do we always... Oh, wait, are we part of this conversation?
Yeah, you're listening to this. Fenrir is always captured. First time, Tyr lost his hand. The last time, a dwarf died. Oops. But then again, like, this is the thing, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. If they didn't tie up my son, it wouldn't be so bad.
Did you just call the wolf your son?
Yes?
Sure, okay.
Is there a problem with this?
Yeah, I wouldn't get too into that one. Cleo, I wouldn't worry about that too much.
Alright.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Don't ask about the horse.
Please don't ask about the horse. That's also a thing that always happens, and it's very annoying.
Yeah, okay, I won't ask.
Do you know if in all these cycles, this, and she kind of like gestures to her, Cleo and Elspeth, has been like a thing? Or is this... Did we live normal lives? Were we friends?
I think
Did we exist?
this is the third time I've met you guys? Maybe the fourth? As a group of the three of you. You're sometimes with different people. But sometimes you're not there at all.
So we have existed before.
It's confusing
I don't
keeping
like
track
that.
sometimes.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Anyway, what do we say?
Was the last Cleo this grumpy?
More so, surprisingly.
Ah,
What do you say we go attend this feast? I'm going to drink far too much mead, and then we go and free my son from being chained on a rock for no reason.
it does seem rude.
It's very rude.
Yeah,
Trying to live his best wolf
It is
life,
rude.
you know.
He's a good boy,
let's party.
and that is where we will end tonight's episode.
Woo.
Woo!
I'm enjoying
Did
Luke
it,
saying
guys?
tonight even though it's 10:30 in the morning.
The
They
people
don't
cannot know.
that.
For
The
a
listeners don't know
little
that.
inside baseball there, it is 10:30 in the morning.
It's 10:30 in the night somewhere.
That was... This is why I love Loot as a GM, because we're like on the second short adventure and they're like, okay, I'm just going to drop some
It's
giant lore
lore
about
dump
how the
time.
world is a massive cycle that always ends in
Yeah.
death. And
Yeah.
we're like,
Would
wow!
you have a nice makeover episode here?
That-
Can
that-
you stop dropping some lore on me?
I,
that I
feels
asked?
I
great.
give you nice things. I give you nice things. I give you makeup, and I give you lore.
I was enjoying both of those things.
We love those things. I love both of those things.
I can be benevolent.
If people wanted to enjoy more of those nice things, what should they do?
Well, of course, you can follow us on Twitter at RWD_pod, now maintained by myself. You can also listen to our show on Acast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or wherever else you get your podcasts by searching for A Rendezvous with Destiny. For image-based content, what can they do?
Well, they can come follow our Instagram, which I run, which is also at RWD_pod. And if you like my lovely voice and want to hear more of it, you should go check out the podcast Deck of Many Aces, where we play D&D 5e, and I get to be the party tank and smash stuff up real good.
It's very fun. I'd recommend it for everyone.
Aw, thanks, guys. Cool. You guys, I need caffeine.
Go and go
Do
make
you
yourself
wanna
a cup of tea.
do you wanna count down maybe to the end of our recording?
I need a little bit of audio for us to fade out of like us talking.
Oh,
with
right,
I have
fake
the audio of you
music.
talking about the audio to fade out over.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
thought you were just talking. You forgot to count out.
Nah, it's all good.
Do you not tell it was still the podcast voice?
But yeah, okay, so
Yeah.
it's
like,
still the
this is
it's
my
customer.
podcast voice.
Sometimes I'll just freak all out with my customer service voice for no reason whilst we're
I think-
hanging out.
And then I do the same thing back, but in meeting
Oh no,
jargon.
I hate that. I haven't used my
Oh, I
customer
hate
So I'm
service
just like,
voice for so
really
long.
bad.
Yeah, we'll take that offline. Are you happy to capture that as
Put
an
it down as an
action?
action point.
Ew. No.
This material is unofficial and is not endorsed by Onyx Path. We are claiming no ownership over Onyx Path intellectual properties, game systems, art or stories, which remain the properties of the rights holders. All characters, names and locations used are either public domain or are entirely fictional and bear no intended resemblance to their real life counterparts. If you have any legal issues, please contact us directly. Thank you.